Hello everyone, Republic Jim here. I'm just out for a nice peaceful stroll on my property, and in honor of St. Patrick's Day, wearing my Irish national tartan kilt and just doing a little work at barefooting just to build up my feet and keep them toughened up. And it's just an absolutely beautiful day today. It's hard to believe that it's still middle of March. According to the National Weather Service, the temperature got up to 71 degrees this afternoon, which is just extraordinarily warm for this time of the year around here. Just as a reference point, I will insert a picture here from out in front of our barn last year on March 24th that I got when I was out working out. And according to my log, at that point it was 39 degrees. So quite a contrast from last year to this year. And we had a strong El Nino this winter, so consistent with what you'd expect from that, we've all winter long, for the most part, we had above average temperature and drier than normal. Other parts of the country are affected differently, but in the Pacific Northwest, that was the effect that we had for the most part. And now here it is March, and we're already getting pretty strong spring-like weather. Really, this is more like the weather that we would expect to see in May. So naturally, the little bit of snow that we had is long gone. There's a few little patches here and there, like places that have been plowed and the berm was really compressed and it's in the shade. So, you know, those are hanging around a little bit longer, but even those spots for the most part have melted with this recent warmth. So unfortunately this winter I didn't get a chance to do nearly as much snow camping as what I would have liked, and like what I did last winter. So I'm going to have to revise my plans and just figure on doing some normal campouts and little bit different conditions. Unfortunately, some of the stuff that I wanted to film and gear I wanted to try out and such was all sort of based on cold weather and snow. So some of those might end up having to wait until next year. We'll see what happens. Anyway, last weekend we did get a little shot of snow. It was colder then, and especially up in the mountains, we got hit pretty good, but down here it was just kind of like a quick burst of small amount of snow that then went away very quickly. So I'd been thinking of trying to get out and do a camp out then, and decided to hold off. And then that actually worked out pretty well, because I was at home and had all my gear ready and everything, and our search and rescue team got called out to assist on a mission with getting a partially submerged car removed from a river. And I actually had to take charge on that mission because our president, who normally leads things, was unavailable. Something killed a turkey here. Don't know if, yeah, there we go. Lots of turkey feathers and a few bones there. Probably a coyote or something got it. Anyway, as I was saying, I was the one that had to lead the charge for our SAR team, and I didn't actually go in the water. It's not a real big water person myself, and of course, since I was basically supervising, I was the one standing around not doing the actual work, but it was pretty fun. We did everything very safely and got the car hooked up, and they drug it out of the river. And there was just a small story about the incident on the Spokane News, and of course in our local paper. So that was kind of cool. Not exactly a typical SAR mission, but you know, we have the ice rescue stuff for dealing with cold water, and it was appropriate for that part of the river where it was not very deep and very slow moving current. Wouldn't have tried doing that if there had been much current or if it had dropped off deeper, but just based on the conditions there, we were able to do it safely, no worries. And it was just a good opportunity for our team to practice some of those things, and also good exposure with the public, because there were a lot of people standing up on the bank watching as we did it. We had a chance to work with the Curlew Fire and EMS, and just kind of a multi-agency coordination. So anyway, that was cool. Not exactly what I had planned on doing last weekend, but we were doing something to help out the community and doing our part to protect the environment too, you know, so why not? Of course, unfortunately, I don't have any footage of that stuff that I can share, but regardless, it was a little break from the routine. So other than that, you know, now that we're kind of transitioning to spring weather, if this pattern continues, and it doesn't look like we're likely to get much more cold weather or snow up on the pass or anything, I'll actually have to start swapping out some of the gear on my pack, because I'm still carrying the avalanche shovel and my big folding saw and various other cold weather gear that I really don't need to be lugging around if it's going to be like this. So I'll have to make that switch and start testing out some of my newer gear for warmer weather, and hopefully find some time to get out on the property when I'm not working on repairs and projects at home and side jobs and all of that. And then another bit of news that will probably play into some of the stuff that I'm able to do on the channel is I just relatively recently got signed up with the Amazon Vine program, which most people are not really familiar with it, but if you are on Amazon and you look at reviews of products, you'll see ones that are listed as from Amazon Vine reviewers who receive products for free. And you know, that's kind of a interesting program. And it basically, the idea being that they list various products that are available for the Vine reviewers for free in exchange for testing it out and writing a detailed review. And you know, I had written some reviews of different things I'd bought on Amazon, And after posting a few of those, then was invited to register for the Vine program. So, you know, there's a lot of the products that they list that are available for that I'm not even remotely interested in. Some of them just look like just cheap junk, and I don't care. I'm not going to waste my time testing those out, and you know, but I just periodically look through what's available and see if there's anything that would be interesting or really beneficial, and then request it, and once I get it, then put it to the test. And you know, I do my best to write a very thorough review and hopefully help out other people in making their decisions. And I've posted several so far and have more to do on products that I've received and I'm still testing out. One of them I have on me right now is the grain bag on top there. That's another inflatable sleeping pad. Basically pretty similar to the one that I did a video about on here, about the budget sleeping pad. This one is same sort of idea, basically the same size, and has the built-in pump for either doing it by foot or by hand and inflating it. So my other one, the blue one that I did the video about, it's actually still fully inflated inside the body bag as part of my Arctic bedding system. And of course I won't be using that during the summer, so at some point I will likely deflate the sleeping pad, but just keep it in the really warm sleeping bag and the whole system in one spot, so that next winter I just have to reinflate the pad and it's ready to go. And then I can have this one, as long as the quality checks out and it is comfortable, I'll just keep it on my pack and, you know, use that for campouts or SAR missions if I need it or anything. And you know, it'll be nice having two sleeping pads that I figure should work well for me. You know, obviously I don't know on this one until I actually try it and get some results, but so far, just looking it over, it seems like it should be pretty good, much like the other one. You know, nothing that's insulated or suitable for laying on snow, but considering that I typically do a raised sleeping platform anyway, and that really shouldn't be a problem for me. So, man, I'm getting blinded by that evening sun. There we go. Anyway, I've gotten a few other nice outdoor camping type things that I need to test out. So as I do overnights or just go out on day hikes or whatever, I'll try to take some of those along and test them out. And also I've gotten a couple of different new things for my gym. Got a new set of wooden gymnastics rings, which I currently have hung up in the barn. And I just received a landmine attachment, which I haven't set up yet, but that's, for those who don't know what a landmine is, it's basically you're taking a barbell, putting one end down either at an anchor point or in a corner or something to where it stays put, and then loading weights on the other end of the barbell and doing different movements with that, holding on to the 2-inch part of the bar at the end. You do presses and twists and rows and assorted things like that. And in the past, when I've done that, I've just pushed the one end of the barbell against a post in the barn and just kind of wedged it in the dirt and straw on the floor. But I had a chance to get an actual metal attachment that swivels and anchors down to the floor or to a wall. And so I figured I'd try that out. At some point I'll be putting that to use. Although at this point I'm still in the middle of doing my 10,000 kettlebell swing challenge. I still have 3 weeks to go on that. So not going to be a lot of variety in my workouts until I get through that. But next month, once I get done with the swings, then I'll be doing more loaded carries and other conditioning work, and I'll probably try to work in the landmine with some of those movements. And I'll definitely be testing it out and enjoying it. And who knows what else I'll come across on the Vine program. That's sharp rock. One of the things that makes the program interesting is I never know what I'll stumble across. And a couple of things I wasn't even remotely looking for something like that. I was just scrolling through there and went, oh, hey, that's kind of cool. Of course, I have to be selective and not just grab every shiny object that catches my attention, because I could spend all my spare time testing and writing reviews, and that's really not something that I want to do. But I'm more than willing to do it for things that I really want, and then that way saves me some money. Of course, the other thing with that program is they keep track of the total value of the different products, and it does count as taxable income. So that's another reason I want to be selective and not have a whole bunch of income that I have to track that's for just cheesy crap. It's got to be stuff that's worth it. But here I'm actually running into a little bit of snow and ice. There's still some down here. Not very much, but this is one of those spots that is totally shaded all day long. So it'll hang around here a little bit longer. And then looks like a fair amount of water just puddled up in this area and froze, and because of not getting the direct sunlight, it will take a little longer to melt away. But given that the next several days are still supposed to be in the mid-60s at least, I would imagine it's only going to be another 2-3 days before all of that stuff is gone too. And things will start greening up pretty quickly then. Right now, we still have a fair amount of this brown and all this matted grass, but it'll start getting fresh grass coming up through it, and really starting to look like spring around here soon. So anyway, that's just some updates. I still have to go back and get in a workout, another 500 kettlebell swings, and need to do some vehicle maintenance. So I'm gonna have to start making my way back towards the house. But I really needed to get out in the woods a bit and just walk around and stay in practice for rucking. and remain familiar with the weight and the feel of my pack and everything, because we just haven't had a chance to get out on too many missions and experience that. So anyway, it's been a relaxing walk for me, and hopefully you found it enjoyable or interesting. And I'll be posting some other videos relatively soon with some other stuff that I'm working on. So until then, this has been Republic Jim. I'll talk to you later.